Hi, I'm Chris and welcome to my little studio here. Today I'm going to take a look at the latest member of the POD family. That's the POD Go. Now the POD Go is a compact guitar processor that's really easy to use and that just sounds great because it has the amp and cab and effect models from the HX family in there. It also loads third-party impulse responses and has a small footprint and is light enough to just go into your backpack. So that makes it the perfect all-in-one standalone rig. So yeah, that's the POD Go. Let's check it out. Let's go. POD Go was designed to be highly portable. The top is made of bent sheet metal to withstand the kicking a guitar floor processor like this is going to have to endure. It actually even has a carry handle at the back, so how cool is that? POD Go weighs in about 2.5 kilos, which makes it light enough to stick in your backpack. Well, and off you go. POD Go has 8 foot switches that also have color-coded LED rings. The colors change depending on the assigned effect block, which gives a super quick visual reference, especially on dark stages. The large 11 cm color LC display lets you easily see what you're doing when you're creating your tones to make tone creation fast and easy. The onboard expression pedal is assigned to the volume block by default. Pressing down on it enables the wah function, so you can get your waka waka on, but you can also assign any other parameter to the pedal and use it as an expression pedal in the more traditional sense. POD Go has 2 views, the play view and the edit view. Right now I'm in play view, and this is typically used when performing or jamming. And we have 3 modes in play view for the foot switches here. So we have the preset foot switch mode, which lets you go between presets and banks. Once I hit the mode switch here, it goes into stomp mode. And this resembles the feel and behavior of a traditional pedal board, where you can turn effects on and off while playing. We also have the snapshot mode. A snapshot is almost like having a preset within a preset. That means you can instantly and seamlessly recall every block's bypass state and up to 64 parameter settings at the same time. All you have to do is hit bank up and down together, and you have access to 4 snapshots. The other view POD Go offers is the edit view, and you use this view for creating or tweaking your tones. You access it by hitting the view button. And colored blocks represent the amps, cabs and effects and other items, and they appear here in the upper half of the display. The selected block's parameters appear on the lower half. Now POD Go has a semi-fixed signal path. That means that certain blocks are always in a preset. And these are the wah and the volume, the effects loop, the amp and the cab, and an EQ block. These can be active or bypassed. And then you can add up to 4 additional effect blocks anywhere in the signal chain. And you can choose from various categories such as distortion, dynamics, EQ, modulation, delay, reverb, pitch, filter, and looper. While you're in edit view, you can use the upper knob to select any block. And when you press it, you can toggle the block on or off. PodGo has 256 preset locations, split into two set lists of 128 presets each, a factory and a user one. When you're in Play View, press the upper knob to open the preset list and turn it to select factory or user. Then use the lower knob to find a location. Let's try to build a preset from scratch. Now I'm going into the edit view from here, and then I use the upper knob to select the block. Using the lower knob allows me to change the model. But I think it's easier just pressing down on it and opening the model list. Now in this particular case I have a choice between amp and preamp, and a choice between guitar amps, quite a few of them, and bass amps. Right now I'm sticking with guitar amps because I play the guitar. The next block here is the cab block. Again, I can change the model by using the lower knob or opening up the model list that allows me to do this way, or I can hop over to my impulse responses. If I have any impulse responses I want to work with, I can load them in here. I've got an impulse response from the Line 6 marketplace that I'm using. But for right now, let's go back to the built-in cabs, because they're great too, and go to this one here, for example. This now allows me to change the microphone, the distance the microphone is away from the cab, low cut, high cut, and so forth. Let's stick with the default settings. I will now want to open the model list again and choose a reverb. And same procedure, anything that I like, maybe a plate is alright. And adjust it a little bit. And maybe add a delay, like this one. For time-based effects, I can either set it in milliseconds, or when I press down on it, I can have note value. This is then controlled here by the tap tempo. For right now, let's stick with milliseconds. And this is how easy it is to make a selection. Now there's a couple of things I can do. I can move a block around by hitting the action button and moving it in the signal chain. It can go anywhere, completely flexible. Let's say I want to put it in front of the reverb. Action again, and I put it down. Now let's quickly turn on the stomp mode, because by default every new effect is being assigned to the next available free foot switch. Now you can disable that in the global settings. However, you may want to assign it manually, and you can quickly assign any effect block to any foot switch by selecting the block, let's say the reverb here, and then pressing and holding the selected foot switch for 3 seconds. Let's say I want to put my reverb on this foot switch. So I press it down, 1, 2, 3, and it says assign foot switch to this block. Yes, and now I have this assigned. I can do the same thing for my delay, if I so wanted. Or I select the block and hit the 2 page buttons at the same time. That opens the bypass control. And there I have the choice between using it manually on the switch here, and you can see it goes on different locations, or even easier, I hit the learn button and then I either move the expression pedal if I wanted to assign it to it, or I press the foot switch, this one here, and it's done. And this is how easy it is to assign a foot switch. Now, another cool thing that you can do is assign a function. Now, this particular amplifier here, this model, has a couple of extra switches, like this HBE and the FET switch and the custom 45 switch. I can now take this switch, for example, and assign its status to a foot switch. So if I press down on this and I say learn, then I can put it here. And now I can toggle between the on and off state of this foot switch. If we look again at the HBE, if I turn it on and off just with the foot switch, which is really neat. And this gives me already more functionality than the original amp, because the original amp doesn't have this feature foot switchable. But we can do a little bit more. Could, for example, go to the drive and assign the drive to this foot switch. Again, learn, and set the minimum and maximum value. Let's say we're going to go here for the minimum and here for the maximum. Okay. Now when I toggle this foot switch, it goes between these two values, essentially giving me a crunch channel and my drive channel, and then I can kick in the HBE, the hairy brown eye, for over the top distortion, which I think is really cool and really useful. Okay, and now let's look at the snapshot functionality. All you have to do is go back into your play view and select snapshot view. You do this by pressing the bank up and down foot switches at the same time, and then you see these icons that look like a photo camera, which gives you 4 snapshots, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's go back into edit and assign a couple of bypass states here for the delay in snapshot 1. Snapshot 2, I can see it also changes here at the top. It shows me the 2, so I know this is snapshot 2. I'm going to turn the effect on and also this on. For snapshot 3, I'm going to turn this off again and maybe this on. So I can now go between snapshot 1, 2, and 3 and have different effects come on and off. But I can do a little bit more as well. Let's say, for example, for snapshot 1, I want my bass to be at 4, but for snapshot 3, I want more bass in my sound. All I have to do is press down and turn and go to the value, let's say 6, and then the snapshot automatically remembers what I've done on A and on snapshot 3. So snapshot 1, 4 in the bass, and snapshot 3, 6 in the bass. Here I haven't done anything, and snapshot 2, so it keeps the previous value. So this way I can adjust my tones real quick in real time as well, which is pretty cool. So snapshots really are a game changer for creating seamless and continuous changes within the same preset. Now I have 3 different tones in my preset, and I can still go into my stomp view and turn the drive on and off and the hairy brown eye on and off and whatnot, which is really, really cool and makes it really, really flexible. And that's basically snapshots. Well, that's it for this video. I hope you found it informative, maybe even entertaining. In any case, thanks for watching and cheers.